Bibhu, welcome to OdishaTV.in.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure seeing you here in the Make in Odisha conclave.
Thank you.
How do you see the Make in Odisha conclave, particularly in the context of people trying to invest in these sectors of fashion, apparel designing, and textiles? Given the record that last year we didn't have many of investors showing an interest. This year we have a couple of people showing interest. How do you see this path ahead?
I think there's a lot of work ahead to do, and I think it's baby steps, and yes, there is always more to do, and we probably would have seen a lot more than what we have already seen. But I was just talking to Mr. Kumar Mangalam from the Birla Group, and the promises that the group has made and the additional investments they're going to do in the field of textiles and apparel is significantly big, and that's only one example. And I hope this will sort of inspire more investors to pay attention to Odisha and its craft. But you're right, there's a lot more work has to be done, and but it's a great effort that what I saw was very inspiring, and it's highlighting Odisha's potential, and I feel honored to be a part of it. I have an overall idea what I would if I would like to. In the near future, I would like to do something in Odisha that includes the people of Odisha, that includes its craft, and that will sort of work well with my brand. How would I go about it, and what sort of partnerships I would have? I don't know. That still I have to decide, because I'm just finishing preparing for my 10-year anniversary collection. But as a part of that, I would like to move a lot of my production into India, and why not Odisha, and why not the artisans of Odisha? So I would love to be in a situation where I can work with the artisans and the skilled people of Odisha, and create some unique products that we can market not only in India, globally. So hopefully very soon, but the thinking cap is on, and I am really inspired by what I have seen the last few days, and all the questions that I have been asked. The fact that these questions are being asked is already a good sign.
Right. Since you said that you are going to complete your 10 years in the industry, in the fashion sector itself, how do you see? Can you just explain us shortly how has been the last 10 years for you in the fashion industry?
It's been great. It's been a great learning experience, and I've been building a brand for the last 10 years, but some of the ideas that I started the brand with are no longer valid, because our habits have changed. Technology has taken a new shape, and the consumer has a lot more power, and they have direct access to the sources. So there are new ways of communicating one's creative ideas to the ultimate consumer. Definitely media, social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those are incredibly powerful devices that has empowered the ultimate consumer. So we are planning to implement a few changes, and also making our product competitive and that much more interesting. We're looking into moving the production, a lot of the production here, so that the product can be made here. And also, I have learned a lot from the ups and downs of in the last 10 years, and every single experience has really taught me in a great deal.
Congratulations on completing 10 years, I must tell you. So why New York is your second home? Why not India? When are you coming back to India?
I'm back, and I'm a global person. Home, I'm still determining, and this will always be home. But since I spend more time in New York, I don't know if I can define it as home. This will always be home, and I will be coming to India more often, and Odisha more often, I hope, and because I love my people, and we are made uniquely, we're wired uniquely. That's what I want to tap into when I come to Odisha to make my product. Our nimbleness, our fine thinking, our simplicity in our creativity is what I'm looking to collaborate with the citizens of Odisha.
How does one differentiate your label from others? What's that particular one thing that can differentiate you from others?
Integrity. I think integrity is something that I have always aspired my clothes to have, and through its design, through its wearability, through what it does to a wearer, someone who wears my clothes, how it makes them feel, and it authenticity, the authenticity of its idea.
And most of your clothings and your designed products are, like grace, feminine, sophisticated. Are those for the general masses also, or it's only for a class apart, like Michelle Obama, Priyanka Chopra's?
Well, they're people too. Yes, they're on a platform that turns them as a special. They're on the public domain, but my core customer is the real people. And yes, we started the brand with the premium label, with the very sort of dressy clothes, and but the goal is to create a collection more into ready to wear, where we are a part of the consumer's daily life from day to evening, not only just after 5. So yes, while we have the Michelle Obamas and Priyanka Chopra's as sort of brand ambassadors, without the real people, the audience, we don't exist.
So if a person suppose I want to have a collection of yours,
Yes,
what do I do?
you just reach out to me and we will find you from
Reaching out to Bibhu Mohapatra is not easy.
Well, that's what I don't want to hear, because you have access to me through the social media, through Instagram, through there are many other sources that you and I know, that the people that you and I know could put in touch with me. But seriously, I look at my direct messages all the time, and so reaching out, I want to be accessible. I want to be accessible to my audience. So that's the goal. If I'm not, then I'm not doing something correctly.
So labeled garments, of course, come with a price tag that's unaffordable most of the times. Do you really think that much is invested, or it's just the label that matters?
No, I think lot of the times we pay a price for a brand because it's the brand, but lot of the times lot of work goes into it. If an artisan spends 6 months in creating a sari, then it has to be of some worth. But the key is how much of that value, actual transaction value, goes to the source.
Absolutely.
And that something is that transparency is needed, not only in Odisha, not only in India, everywhere. So and sometimes if you buy a luxury product, to me these Sambalpur and the handloom textile, ikat textile garments are couture. These should be priced very high, because the person that made these materials are they spent incredible amount of their time and their skill into this. So I think it should be justified in some products. Some products people just love to have a Gucci label on their belt, and they pay for that because they want to identify with that brand. But when it's craft, it's justified. When it's actual craft of making that piece of garment or piece of accessories, and a lot of the times it is justified.
All right. So coming back to Odisha handlooms and handicrafts that you're mentioning regularly, how much of it do you use in your clothes?
I have used it privately, because then I don't have to I don't have to buy a lot of it, because I also have to be mindful of the supply side of it. How much of it I can actually get if I take a big order with like 50 Neiman Marcus stores. So I have to be mindful of that, and hopefully by working out of here, we can have multiple sources of the textiles. Then we can really confidently use them in my collection and show it to the open market and take orders on it. So the worst thing would be not only for my brand, for Odisha, to take on the orders and not be able to supply. So we, again, like say, we have to take baby steps. We have to be ready for the next chapter before we jump the gun. So I'm very mindful of that, and I have used textiles. The reason I showed a lot of my saris that I designed 7 years ago that's still being produced and sold, I believe, I wanted to show them in a way that they go well with my regular collection, and because that's what I want to do, and I look forward to the day when I can get those materials and have access to them and make a collection just with that.
All right. You associated yourself with Hollywood also. When are you going to associate yourself with Bollywood?
I don't know. I mean, we dress a lot of Bollywood celebrities in a selective manner.
Films?
Haven't done it. A project has to be interesting, and story has to be good, and the team players have to be inspiring. So yeah, because there are a lot of incredible costume designers doing beautiful things, and why me? If I can say something unique, I will take on that project and do it. I'm just waiting for that to fall into my hands.
You have been an inspiration for many. Who has been your inspiration?
Many people that many artisans and craftsmen, definitely my parents, my family, but strong women mostly who fight for the cause, and whatever it may be, people who women who have fought for women's rights, people who believe in women's empowerment. I'm shaped by women in my life, and I dedicate my craft and my whole mission to women. And so strong women, they could be living or dead, they're my inspiration.
So from economics to designing, the journey has been fulfilling, right, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, it's been fulfilling.
So there have been many talents in India as well as in Odisha also who aspired to become designers. A word of tips for them?
I always say, believe in yourself, believe in your craft, work hard, and stay really true to it. And then also you have to be kind and nice and generous in the process, because you can't do it all alone. You have to be able to build a team, and you have to be able to inspire people and be open to be inspired by them.
Is it difficult to carve a niche in the industry?
It is, if you are not, if you don't have a sort of a different voice, if you don't believe in yourself. I think if you are confident that, okay, you have something unique to say with your craft, then you can carve a niche, and easier said than done. But the key is to find yourself. Finding your unique voice is the key, and that's what I kept telling these kids, that think about ways that you want to describe yourself, and what is it that raises you above the noise level, because there's a lot of talented designers with doing incredible work. Why is it that someone's going to pay attention to you?
Right. Thank you, Bibhu. Thank you so much for talking to OdishaTV.in.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate all your support along the years, and you guys do a great job, and keep up the great work.